Welcome to this week's episode of Azentuary. We left off last time, the party having made it through the magical woods, through some kind of a weird tree with some, knots, led there by a fairy that was hunted nearly to death. They worked their way through, they brought down the force shield wall of light, and are now standing across a open area. There's a tower on the far side to the north of them, a hideous, almost crustacean looking creature with two spiked looking hounds standing guard. They have not been spotted yet. We begin. What do you guys want to do?
So we got dogs.
We gotta keep it on.
Dogs. Of course, the only thing I think about is the spiky dogs, because those are just cool. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, they don't look particularly nice.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, they're kind of like a Doberman with, very sharp claws, teeth, spiky back, almost like a Klingon Targ.
They seem cool, but probably not best to interact with.
And then there's a creature standing that is doing the guarding that looks particularly spiky and hairy and ugh.
Okay.
You guys are in the clearing. There is a good 100 feet, roughly, between your party and them.
They've not spotted us yet.
Nope. He's walking. In fact, the one guy is kind of walking over to the side.
So, two options. We brute force our way through. Oh, actually, three options. We brute force our way through, we talk our way through, or we sneak our way through. I'm suddenly have a Boston accent. That was not intentional, but it's happening.
All right. So let's see how good it is. Can you say Aaron earned an iron urn?
Aaron earned an iron urn.
Pretty close. I think the actual Bostonian is Anyway. If we ever get a listener from Boston, I'm sure they'll be very angry with us. Anyway.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Probably not.
Thank you. Okay. I could talk to the dogs. I have speak with animals, but they probably wouldn't want to talk with me. So.
Can you describe? So we got two dogs, and what's the other being?
You don't recognize it. It's just it looks like a human-sized or slightly larger than human-sized crustacean. So a couple of large claws. Head is almost like a flea, and they bite the dogs, or a tick, ready to burrow into your skin.
All right. I want to cast Fireball.
Of course. Your go-to for any situation.
No, it's usually Firebolt, not Fireball.
Okay.
So got it. I see.
It feels like we always fight.
Dane seems to want to.
Hey, I don't get a chance to cast my Fireball very often. I mean, come on. All right, here we go.
That's true. I guess you don't.
No, we're usually in close quarters, or Alpha's meleeing, so I can't really cast without injuring my party. But
Alpha's also resistant to fire, so
yeah,
it'll still hurt him.
Yeah.
What's the
but there's also he has
the
evasion, so there's a high probability he'll just dodge completely out of your fireball.
Yeah, true.
Possibility.
So what's the radius on the fireball?
Oof. Don't know. I think it's
This is why you write stuff down.
it's 20 feet. I do.
Is it 20 feet?
Actually, no.
There's a 10 feet.
No, it's more than 10.
Yeah.
20-foot radius sphere.
Look it up real quick.
So it's
20-foot
20
radius sphere.
Yep, which would make it what, 40 feet in diameter?
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, fireballs are big.
Yep.
I remember them well.
All right. I am casting.
Ooh,
All
maybe
right.
you could do like a delayed blast fireball into Alpha's fist and have him just run in and then punch it down someone's throat.
Kame hot.
All right, that is a 23 to cast.
Oh yeah, that's successful.
Whoop whoop.
All right. My creatures will make attempts at dexterity saving throws while you go ahead and roll up your damage for that.
Yeah,
You can probably just roll
I will. I got a.
E.
online.
I think it's 8d6.
Pretty sure.
All right. Well, the first guy does not make it,
Aha.
8d6.
and about these guys. Ah. 2 fails, 1 success. I've had worse.
Let's see here. $29 fire damage is all.
It is all. Jeez.
There was a
All
couple ones in there and a 2. But also 2 6s, so I guess it all evens out.
Yeah, well, it's a significant amount of damage. You've severely hurt one of the dogs. Like, it is yipping and on fire, and it's like twitching around. Like, it's severely hurt.
That's sad.
Well,
Hey,
I'm just saying. And the other creature, oh yeah, he's hurt too. He like, you rattled him badly. He's just like, ah. But it all comes out as like clicking.
Click, click, click.
And I'd say you guys made your presence known.
I would say so.
What?
Well, because the fireball.
I was being sarcastic. Okay. Should we roll initiative or just go?
Yes. So, Dane, you will take the top position just because you did that leading thing. Everyone else, go ahead and roll for initiative, and the others will fall in accordingly.
18.
Ray got a dirty 20.
Alpha
Nice.
is at 24.
Jeez,
course.
Alpha.
It's Alpha.
Alpha's always our ace in the hole.
Well, I rolled a 19, so it was just kind of like not much else to.
Yeah.
Can't go much faster.
Dex plus one.
Unless it's a strength check. Nah, not so much.
All right. Well, then in that case, Alpha, you are the next up. So Dane casts Fireball. They all turn and look, and then they're looking your way. What are you gonna do?
So I guess we're going into fight. Who's the closest?
Looks like
I
crab
guess that the guy, the big guy, the ugly guy is the closest. He's about 100 feet from you.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think. I have an 85 move speed. Oh, I have an idea. So they're in a group, right?
Kind of. I mean, there's spread out a bit. The one guy is next to the one dog, and the other dog is a good, 20 feet away.
Okay. I can do this. I can close the gap, and I want to move to, if I can do 85 feet as a move action, then do my attacks. So, I'm going to get within 15 feet of the
Okay.
closest group I can get.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'm going to do dual blast fire cones for my fists.
Oh Jesus.
Well, I can't
Okay.
get in close enough to punch them. It's the only thing I have. It's a 20-foot cone. So get just close enough to encompass them. With
So that's how. What's the maximum range on that?
it's a
20 feet.
20-foot cone, yeah. So if I get within 15 feet,
Okay.
and then that just puts me into enough range to do 2 blasts. And then they
I
have
agree.
I think it's DC 16 dex save to do half damage.
All right.
First one is for 16 damage, and the second one is for 13. So that's 29 damage.
All right. Wow. Both of them fail, and okay. He's well. The dog dies. So you blast it and it's dead, and the other guy is extremely severely hurt.
We're so friendly people.
You really are. And
What was
it's Ray, it's
them?
it's your go. What was what? Sorry.
It wasn't my choice to fight them.
Yeah.
They chose to be expendable.
I don't think that's right either.
All right. Well, it's Ray. It's you.
Alrighty, I'm gonna shoot these guys.
Okay.
So just shoot the closest one to me.
All right. Well, I'd say that's the ugly creature.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty, time to roll for randomness. It's either a 70 or a 10.
70 is the grease arrow, and 10 is moss arrow. So you either cover the area, what is it, 10 feet around the point of contact with moss that gives advantage on stealth checks, or you cover the area immediately around him with grease, and the surface becomes slippery.
Well, seeing as none of my party are particularly around that, I'm gonna go with the grease arrow.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to use my second attack to attack the second closest creature to me.
Alright, a little further over to the left, that'd be that dog. So, go for it.
I'm around my companions.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Holy crap.
Ready. That's either a 25 or a 76.
Alright, well, a 25 is the arrow of blinding. Explodes in a bright flash of light that blinds the target for 1d4 rounds. Or a dwarven made. It says black arrow. Dwarven made capable of piercing dragon hide.
I mean, what do you guys think would be better?
I mean,
I think either one would be good. It's a dog. It's a dog, so blinding it might not have that huge effect because its hearing and its smell are pretty good.
true.
Black arrow's definitely going to go right through it.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the black arrow.
Right on. So just go ahead and bump your damage die up by 1.
Oh yeah, I didn't roll for damage for the other guy.
Nope. Just give me a That one will just be like a basic D4 damage because it's mostly spreading grease all over him.
Alrighty. So the D4 is 4.
Okay.
And then the thing I just hit, how do I bump it up?
So, whatever you would normally roll, like if you normally roll a D6, roll a D8.
Okay, I guess we're moving from D8 to D12. Or should it be a
Do
D10?
10.
Alrighty.
Do a 10.
D10.
Ah.
3 plus 5, so 8.
Oh, okay. Wow, this dog is actually, despite the stuff that's happened to it, surprisingly lucky. All right, the creature that's right in front of Alpha, which is really, really hurt. I'm not sure what he's going to do at this point because he's having a real hard time. I guess he's barely going to move, but he's going to go up and oh jeez, scream at Alpha to try to scare him. But Alpha, you're like immune to fear, aren't you?
Well, not immune. It would take me one action to cleanse it.
Okay. Well, he does his best to try to scare you, so I guess make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. Do. And that is 17.
Yeah, you're fine. So he screams in your face, tries to scare you, then I guess he walks up to you first. Sorry. Makes it, walks 10 feet or the 15 feet over to you. Screams in your face to try to scare you. You just kind of, cock your head and look at him. So he raises a hand or a claw and tries to strike you. And oh yeah, that one hits. Jeez. That is sorry, I don't even have to ask. I know you're at like what, 22 or something? Yeah, I've exceeded that. Just gotta find where his claw is. There it is. Bunch of creatures open. I wasn't sure how far you're gonna get, so I was trying to have a whole lot of stuff ready. Whoa. There's max damaged on that one. That's crazy.
Well, that's not very
So
nice.
14 slashing damage. That's his
Ouch.
max damage. Yeah. And I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
It would be 26. No, 25.
Okay, you're fine. And he goes to strike again. And this time... Oh, yep. He hits a second time. That... Really? Alright. I rolled a 25 on the second one. I just was shocked by it. So... Oh, 10 slashing damage this time. And I need you to make another constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's only 9.
9. All right. You are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. And he kind of almost becomes a shadow in front of your eyes. And you lose the ability to see him, and he kind of disappears. And then Casros. Your turn.
Wait, but he disappeared, right?
Yep, disappeared from in front of Alpha.
Oh, where is he then?
You could take an action to like investigate, look around, use your perception, or you could go after the dog, or
But
what?
fine.
I mean, you have all. There are things you can do.
One sec then. Okay, I'll do this then. First off, because it's a bonus action, I'll wild shape into an owlbear.
Oh,
And
okay.
Just to make sure that doesn't fail, I rolled 13.
Right on.
And
All right,
then-
you are an owlbear.
Yeah. And an owlbear has advantage on wisdom or perception checks that rely on sight or smell. So then I'll do would just be an investigation check, or no, there is a perception roll. Okay. So I have advantage on it. I didn't roll very well for either of those. Great. 12 on that perception check.
Let me to see if he can stay hidden with that. Yes, he does.
I figured. No, that's my turn.
That's a good. It was a really good idea. I just happened to roll a 19.
I just happened to roll a 7 and a 2, so you know.
Yeah. So, all right, then the dog. Let's see. He gets up and 2, 3. He is going to run over to Alpha because diagonally. Let's double check his movement. Yes, he can run over and bite Alpha. And he has advantage on that because Alpha is paralyzed. And that is... And he still doesn't hit him. Wow,
say, like,
Alpha,
he-
you're
he-
standing as a statue.
He bit one of the metallic parts of the wood in the frame or something.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say,
hilarious.
the dog's never seen a a warforged before. It doesn't know what to think. Doesn't know what to do.
That's absurd. And his second one also does nothing.
Just imagining like
And
a dog gnawing at a car tire or something.
It bites you twice, and then you notice, and then it gives up, shakes its head, and blinks. Disappears from your line of sight.
Oh, that kind of blink. I thought it was just like blinking in confusion.
Nope. Just blinks. Bing.
You're kidding. So both of these things disappeared?
Yep. And it's your turn, Dane.
Great. What am I gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Come on, Dane.
I'm thinking. I'm still thinking.
That's okay.
We'll edit it out. It's okay. Maybe.
I used to play with a guy who basically he was all about, well, combat has to be quick. So you had basically 6 seconds to think of an action on your turn, or else he'd move on to the next person because he wanted everything to be like real and quick and all that stuff.
Right. Yes.
That's why you think of what to do on other people's turns.
Well, they both disappeared. That's the point.
They disappeared from the line of sight.
I'm a dwarf.
Keyword there.
I can't necessarily. Well, I'm gonna try and do a.
His line of sight's close to the ground.
Yeah.
He's a bad line of sight regardless.
I'm gonna see if I can do a perception to pick up either the dog or the crab.
Right on.
No, that is a 4. So I guess I'm not doing anything. This turn.
All right. You look around and you're like, guys, I cannot find them. So, Alpha.
Alpha's paralyzed.
I guess you're paralyzed. You can't do
Yep.
anything. Never mind.
So that's 10 seconds
All
down,
right.
50 seconds more to go. Or
Well, 6
6
seconds.
seconds down, 54 seconds more to go.
Yep. All right, Ray.
Alrighty. Well,
Disappear.
I guess I could use one of my actions to try to find one of these things.
Sure.
So, perception.
Yeah, I'd say so. Or investigation. I mean, you're investigating. You're looking for it. Perception
17.
Oh, you're like you as in classical ranger style. You squint your eyes and you look and you see a shape over through the trees, and you're like, "Yep, one of them's right over there, and the other one's right over there." They're both, within like 40 feet of you, ish.
Alrighty. I'm gonna shoot at one of them.
All right.
Which one?
Whichever one's closest, I don't discriminate.
Sure.
If you can call that discrimination.
about the
That's
one-
a dirty 20.
It doesn't matter. It hits either one you want to shoot at that point.
Alrighty.
Let's call it the guy on the right.
Alrighty. Alrighty, that's either 3 or 23.
All right. 3 is the acid arrow. Does an additional 1d4 acid damage. Or, the good old arrow of the wraith.
Can you remind me what the arrow of the wraith does again?
It's mostly for shooting. It's devastating to ghosts and other spirits. Doesn't really do much to regular creatures.
Then I'll take the acid arrow and I'll roll for damage.
Awesome.
Hurricane.
As the poor, ugly crustacean creature was trying to hide and almost looked like he was fleeing, you shoot him with this arrow that sprays out acid, melting his flesh, and he just lets out a last click as he falls to the ground dead.
Nice. And I think that's my turn.
Just one arrow? One shot? Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
I
because
did
you
the
used the
perception
perception.
check. Yeah.
You are correct. All right, well he's dead, so I guess it just goes to Castros in your owlbear form.
Cool. How far away is the dog? Is the one that's left, right?
About 40 feet over to where Ray was pointing. And he's like, it's right over there.
I could reach it. Well, that's too much work. Could I just start heading over to where the tower entrance is? Just hobble over as an owlbear. I'm like, nah, they're away from the entrance. We can go in.
Yeah, go for it. All right, you just what do you want to use a dash action?
How far away is it?
It's like, a good 120 feet
Yeah,
from you.
dash. I'll just dash towards it.
All right on. You go up, you just go right past Alpha. Like, hey buddy.
So
Oh.
I can't really help him right now.
All right.
I guess I could do that. I could guard Alpha in case something else pops up.
All right. You want to stop and guard Alpha? Sure.
Sure.
Considering that
And
Oh,
owlbear's
go ahead.
move speed is 40 feet, so I can only go 80 feet this turn.
Gotcha. So you would be next to Alpha anyway at a dash action.
Mhm.
Perfect, because that's how far he moved. He moved up 85 feet or 80 feet, something like that. Awesome. Well, you're standing there and you see the dog blink back in, and he sees you and growls and goes to strike. And that is a miss. And goes to claw. And that one is that one's a 21 to hit
For who?
for the owlbear.
Oh yeah, that one hits.
So he does 9 piercing damage. And then starts running due east away from you. It makes it about 40 feet.
Pansy strikes me then running.
Yep. All right, Dane, you witnessed that.
Okay.
You can see the dog 40 feet to the right.
Perfect. I'm gonna cast Firebolt at.
All right.
You know,
Go
it'd be
for it.
really, it would be really, really, really nice if I could stop rolling low. That is only a 16 to hit.
Still hits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a low AC creature. It's a dog. He doesn't have armor.
Well, you never know. Um, it's 23 fire damage.
You kill it.
Yeah.
Cool. So once again, we just fought through our problems.
Well, yeah.
Yep. All right. The field is yours. You are out of combat.
I mean, to be fair, every time we try and make a friend, or almost every time, it ends badly for us. So you know. And lately,
Well, maybe the one time we were actually had the chance to make the friend is the time we've attacked them. So you never know.
You never know, but this tower is also blighting the land, and they're guarding the entrance. I'm guessing that means they're probably not good people. All right, Castros,
They're not even people.
or beings. They're not good beings. Castros, did you want to try and heal Alpha?
Something I can do. He's paralyzed. I can't do anything about that.
Not the paralyzation, the damage that he's taken.
I am down like 40 hit points between the last 2 sessions. I'm pretty beat up.
I'm not de-wild shaping.
Oh, that's right. You're still an owlbear.
Last time I de-wild shaped to try and help somebody, I ended up dying myself.
When was that?
When we fought the stupid soldiers, I thought I de-wild shaped so I could heal Ray, and then immediately got like a bitch slapped for like 59 damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of the guards like shield bashed you or something like that.
Yeah.
And I immediately got knocked out. So, you know, this is my strike. I'm doing this until you guys get a different healer. If I'm in wild shape and you need healing, too bad.
We can't heal.
Then get potions. Start learning how to make healing potions. I don't care how. I do a lot of good damage. I can't also be healer. That's my complaint. I'm going on strike.
Great.
Start learning how to make potions. Or buying potions. Anything works, really.
Okay. Anyway, I guess we wait for Alpha to be paralyzed.
Sounds good. All right, you wait for Alpha to deparalyze, and he eventually shakes it off, and he's like, "That sucked."
Ouch. So
At least the dog couldn't chew on you.
yeah.
That's true.
So this is what pain truly is. I had forgotten.
Ooh. That's dark. Alright. Moving on.
Remember early on, he was like the one who was constantly getting knocked out and incapacitated because he was always the frontline warrior. It's been a while.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, he's really fast, which gives him that nice high armor class, but he's not really built to be a tank.
Not so much.
No, he's not.
No.
All right, well, I
I'll
guess
heal when my wild shape runs out.
how long is that? Is that 8 hours now?
About you. No, wait.
Jeez.
7 hours.
So by the time the sun sets, when we can rest.
Yeah.
All right. Guess it kind of makes sense.
I'm sorry that you're the one that the strike happened to affect, but I'm going on strike.
You can't choose your
All right,
battles.
anyway.
Except for us. We always choose to battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say.
Like I said,
Without team agreement, Dane just goes, "Oh, I fight them."
because most of the time when we try and make friends, it backfires.
You'd still ask.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna go to the door.
All right, you go over to the door, and it's a, big, heavy wooden door. Do you want to try and push it open?
Sure, I will try and open the door.
All right, give it a hearty push with your strength check.
Great. You've got to be kidding me!
Uh-huh. What do you roll?
A 2?
Once
All right.
again, the
You-
door
you
is
give
the
it a
door
box.
says pull, but he gives it a hard
Yeah.
push.
Alpha just points.
That's
Alpha
7.
points to the right. There is a little sign that says pull.
Ugh.
Doors, the bane of Dane's existence.
The bane of Dane.
Hey, better you roll the 2 now than in the middle of combat.
Doesn't seem to make a difference.
Oh, I love it though. It's the one running thing that has never changed is Dane and doors.
Can the owl bear try to open the door?
Yeah, or you could just let Alpha pull it, but go for it.
I rolled a 21.
Oh yeah, you just break it off of its stop and push it in.
An owl bear has a strength of +5.
So does Dane.
Wait, really?
Yes.
It's funny. Come on, that's hilarious.
It's a door, Dane. Calm down.
It's me averaging lower than 10 on most of my rolls.
Only door checks.
Seems like over
Get good, son.
door checks, perception checks, dexterity, charisma checks.
But
We
you're
all-
consistent at least, and that's what makes your character interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we finally opened the door.
All right, you open the door and you recognize it. You've been here before.
Yay, we're at the right place. Hallelujah. Alright. I step
Oh.
inside and I take a big old sniff. Perception check.
All right, what are you sniffing for, or you're just sniffing in general?
Sniffing in general. Just kind of to get a small lay of the land, like maybe I smell something living in one way and whatever.
The place smells stale. At least where you're at. There doesn't appear to have been a lot of movement here, at least anytime recently.
Well, I will trudge on ahead then. Just give
Awesome.
a little grumble over my shoulder to my party and head on.
And if you recall from your previous visit, there are several layers to this tower. The stairs are down at the end.
Dungeon time. Or dungeon-esque time. This'll be fun. We haven't
Yeah,
been
there's
through a
some
dungeon in a while.
That's entirely by your guys' choice.
So you say we recognize the tower. What does this remind us of?
It's the
No,
one
you've
we-
been. Yeah,
The
you were
dragon.
here before when you were serving the dragon.
Okay. All right.
That's the place we've been looking for.
That's what I thought. All right. Well, I think we want to go up.
Cool. You
Wow.
start climbing up, and you find the kind of sleeping chambers, the places where people would kind of stay, servants and whatnot, and the stairs continue to the third floor where you found William and the wizard, or the wizard previously. So you find William's room here. That's the one thing. The room you had possessed him in.
Or William.
All right. Well, I guess we'll peek our heads in.
Sure. You crack open the door and it does the classic little creak. And you see that it's been preserved, like untouched. Much like when William left it, that was it. It just time stopped.
Sad. I start sniffing around for valuables.
Okay. You do an
Oh.
investigation roll.
Yeah. 22.
Nice. You look around and you find that he didn't own a lot. He was a simple person doing his duty, but there is what looks like kind of a family ring that you found. It's gold with a carved jewel in it, almost like so he could do wax seals, but the seal part was carved out of a gem so it would last a long time and not wear out.
I almost feel bad taking this.
Almost.
I poke it with a claw and like growl at a party member to grab it.
Does anyone grab it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe she can grab it after she gets out of wild shape.
All right.
Dane eventually grabs it.
Okay.
You do understand, in most situations, we don't go back. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so.
All right. Do you do anything with it, Dane?
You know what? I'll do an Arcana check on it.
Sure.
I think that's a 9. No, that's a 10.
And 9. 10. All right.
Yeah, once again,
You
I rolled below 10.
totally. No, I get it. You definitely can tell that there is some kind of magic in it. Like it is somehow magical. It's not just a regular ring.
Okay, cool. I slip it into a pocket.
What has
Alrighty.
I got in my
I would try and put it on, but I don't know if it would fit over my gauntlet.
Gotcha. Let's say that it's big enough that it would fit your finger regularly without a gauntlet. So like you could put it on a regular hand, just not your armored one.
Right, yeah. So I'll just put it in my pocket.
Right
Cool.
on. Oh, okay.
well,
I mean, because technically it does belong to Castros, so.
I have searched. I have found nothing of value. I leave the room. Still
Alright.
trotting around along as an owlbear. A very
Cool.
disgruntled looking owlbear.
Right on. Do you go upstairs?
Yes.
All right. So you go upstairs and you find the area you recognize. It's completely uninhabited. and it doesn't look like that anyone's been here roughly since the time you guys got William killed. And a lot of the stuff is broken, cast away, thrown about.
Okay.
I sniff around for valuable. I'm kidding. I'll wait.
I will try and do an investigation, I guess, see if I see anything of interest.
Good. That's a good idea.
Let's see. That is a 5.
You don't notice anything particularly out of the ordinary or of value. You're just kind of like, wow, this place is messy.
I sniff
course.
around for valuables.
All right.
19.
You are sniffing around and you're looking for valuables, things that are kind of metallic. And there's a lot of stuff that's confusing your nose up here because there's so much magical crap laying around. Things that are, or were owned by the wizard. But what particularly catches your nose, your sense, is where you can tell there was a body. And you start looking at the area and you notice a series of runes in a circle.
I give a little rawr to alert the rest of my party to its whereabouts.
Cool.
I'm assuming that's the noise that owlbears obviously make.
That sounds great to me.
Okay, so it's a circle with runes bordering it.
Yeah, there's a total of 7 runes in a circle here on the floor with like a line, inscribed in the middle.
Right, magic man. For
Also
magic.
in a circle.
Do another Arcana check time.
I'm guessing it might be a teleportation circle.
Well, still, it'd be nice to figure out what it does. I'm currently in owlbear form and not really helpful in that regard. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I guess I can do an Arcana check. Now Alpha can read languages, right?
No, and speak, not read.
Yeah,
Speak. Speak, not read. Got it. All right. I will try and do an Arcana check. That's better. That's a 16.
You say, yeah, that's a portal. That's a set portal, in fact. Once you know the runes, you can just use it to go anywhere there's another portal that you know the runes.
That's handy.
Okay.
Write the runes down, Dane. Make a record of it.
I believe on that type of a thing, to find it here, I think he can just memorize it, like spend a minute memorizing it. I guess you could just write it down, yeah. There's some rule about that. I'm trying to find it here. I don't see it. I think you can just, like, as a magic user, just be like, yeah, I memorized those runes.
Perfect. All right. I'm just trying to think about so not knowing how portals necessarily work, are those runes telling me is it just kind of like any number of those rooms in combination will send me to anywhere that works? Do I see anything that would tell me this tower being a particular destination?
Roll me a perception check really quick.
I'm going to say I have to get together with my character sheet. Looks like it's getting all jacked up and weird. I'm just going to go with an 11 on that.
Okay, well, I was only looking for a 10, so you are looking at it, you're looking around, and you happen to look kind of over in the corner, and you notice a similar looking set of runes scratched on a book.
Ah, perfect. Well, I memorized well, I'm gonna go get the book and look at the book.
All right.
Open it up and flip through the pages.
Good idea.
Sure. You flip through the pages, and there's a couple sets of runes written down. One of them is labeled, palace. Another one is labeled Sodidia Namalor. Another one has another label on it. Basically, they're different locations with combinations of runes. There's 7 6 rune options for each one.
Oh, perfect.
It's memorizing.
I'll just take the book with me.
Or that too.
All right. So we chased him from the palace, and he went somewhere. We are at the tower. So being at the tower, are there? I'm kind of torn between just using the teleportation portal or checking the tower to see if there's like an actual dungeon, like a basement, like stairs going down. What do you guys think?
I mean, we could search the whole place while we're here.
All right, let's search
There
the whole
might be
place.
something about the.
I mean, you guys kind of did search this place when you were here as spirits. And there's not really anything beyond the rooms you've been in.
Oh, okay, good. All right, sounds good. Perfect. All right. So I don't think he would be back at the palace. So what would you say the other rune was? Other runes were, you said one went to where?
Oh, one goes to Soldidia Now Malor, which, if you don't recognize the name, that's where the biggest, most powerful, the old ones is stored. To the place under through the catacombs and everything down deep under the castle. And there's a couple other names that you don't recognize, but I happen to have them written down on my maps. If I can just find the proper one. One of them says Linnigan, which you should recognize. Another one says North Point. Another says Ashroy. And then there's Shell Speaker and Dire Spear.
Cool. Just in case, somebody, not me, but somebody in the party or somebody watching didn't remember what those places were, could you maybe do a small recap just in case,
Comedy, that's
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
not you. For the listeners.
No, definitely not.
So, Linnigan is the old name of the town that you visited with the shiny religious orcs in the future. They renamed it to Malwyn Chrome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was that place. North Point is an area way up on one of the north islands. It's near where it's where a mining town is going to be in the future that your future selves kind of blow up.
That one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Ashroy is on what they commonly refer to as the island of the crescent moon. It's kind of a famous vacation spot. And then there's Shale Spear is on like the big continent due east of the mainland, and you guys sailed there before going to the underworld. All the way back in like episode 3.
Okay.
And Dire Spear is on the same bay. It's just a different port town.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Gotcha. So they all seem to be at least slightly related to old ones. Either I feel like we had quite a few of those had an old one added, didn't they?
Yes, I think they did.
So, suspicious. What do we want to do about it?
I think at the moment we just pick one at random and go. Shall we try the island of the Crescent Moon, the resort? Maybe he's kicking his heels there.
Sure. And we can kind of check in to see how the old one's status is in this time.
Well, we know the old ones are fine. They don't actually get broken out until 1,000 years in the future, so... starting to look more and more like this wizard might be the boss.
What? No way.
Potentially. Anyway. So yeah, let's try Ashroy.
All right. How do you try to do that?
I sit in the middle of the rooms.
Okay. By itself, nothing happens.
Cool.
Well, I mean, so I guess Dane will go into the middle of the portal, and then I guess you just try and touch each rune in sequence.
Okay. You do that and give me an Arcana check.
Oh, thank God I'm next to my companions.
Yeah.
That's not any better. That's a stinking 2.
Oh, that's much better.
Die.
Nothing happens, but let me give you a description of what happens on a nat 1. You know when you're in the middle of like a wheat field on a bright summer's day and you suddenly get hit by a single raindrop?
Okay.
You know that's what happens when someone critically fails a portal.
You become
Is
the
you
raindrop.
what? You get hit?
Part of you becomes that raindrop. So
What, it's like instant death or something?
more or less. It's an old running joke from a dungeon master I played with 20 years ago. But
okay.
anyway, you touch the things and you can't seem to get it to work. But
Naturally.
you are playing around with it, and you guys are there, and Kasros is getting kind of huffy. Ray looks incredibly bored, and Alpha is just looking around like fascinating. When you guys hear the gentle flapping of some wings, and your little fairy friend comes flying in. It's like, wow, this is so cool. Oh, thank you guys so much. We're gonna take this place back to nature. Everything's gonna be fine now. Oh, I'm so glad none of the bad people are here.
Okay, yes, nice to see you too. Hey, do you know how to work this portal?
Oh yeah, portals are fun. Anytime you're trying to locate something within 3-dimensional space and then travel there, you have to have 6 points of reference to create a cross-reference, and then you have the point of origin.
Yes, just like in Stargate.
Yeah, cool, good. I'm glad I was able to make that reference. So yeah, basically, she's like, you just concentrate on your arcana if you want to do it quick, or you can just ritually cast it and just kind of sit there and meditate for 10 minutes. But I just do it like this. Boop boop be doop boo. And you see her blink out of existence. And then
Okay.
a couple minutes pass, and then she comes back in and is just like, whew, well, that was unexpected. Way too hot wherever that went. All right. I'm gonna go check out this other room over here. Have a good day. Bye.
That was interesting.
All right. Well, awesome. So now we know how to use this.
Yep,
So-
her name is MacGuffin now.
Huh?
Her name is now MacGuffin.
What if the owl bear tries to activate the portal?
Let's find out.
We have to do one.
Arcana.
So, are you gonna try to do it as a Arcana? Or are you gonna sit there and try to do a ritual casting?
Probably just Arcana.
All right.
I
Well,
just think it would be funny.
you do your thing and roll an Arcana check. In
Yeah,
whatever
she did
owlbear.
almost as well as I did. She did.
I did a little better. 11. Wait. 12.
Yeah,
12?
she rolled a 1 the first time as well.
I
Oh,
don't do it
jeez.
as often as you do, though.
But a 12 gets you over the threshold, and the owlbear disappears.
Yeah. So just disappear.
Okay, is the so do we each have to concentrate then?
If you would, yes, and you each could choose, the location, or if you set the location, you could do it, or you could always ritual cast together, like everyone sits together and meditates.
Oh, do we
I
have
mean,
any
heck,
I'm a
if
fan of meditation.
Yep. Do we have any idea of where Castros went?
I don't even think Casper.
I think Castros just touched a bunch of things in the book and disappeared.
Maybe we all do an observation to see if we were able to. Any of us were paying attention.
To see which one. Yeah. Sure. See if anyone was paying attention. Everyone roll a history check.
A 12.
You don't remember.
Alrighty, I guess it's Ray's turn.
11.
Nope, you don't remember.
I'm off the grid.
Ray also got an 11.
None of you guys remember where Castros went.
Your healer went on strike and promptly disappeared.
Oh, this could potentially be
Oh,
an
that's
issue.
too good.
Hmm.
No, definitely not. Oh god, Castros is on the loose now. This is gonna be fun. I mean, I guess you guys could just guess.
Do you expect a scientifically minded individual to participate in guesswork? Oh, rude.
I mean, sorry. In estimates.
Ah, well, that's much better.
All right. Well, so this doesn't happen to the rest of us. Let's all sit in the circle and meditate on trying to get to the island of the crescent moon, since that's what I was talking about in the first place.
All right, you locate that series of runes and you begin your meditation. It takes 10 minutes, and
Kumbaya,
poof, you disappear
my
from
God.
where you're at.
Kumbaya.
And you listen to Alpha sing for a little while,
That's
and
fine.
you end up
Anything's better than rolling a dice.
awesome. You end up poofing into an area that looks like it's in a kind of beautiful, almost Minoan palace, and you do not see Castros.
Ooh, this is
But-
fun.
That's
Castros
all right.
could be here, just wandered off for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. I could have just immediately gone tromping through the woods. Which is
There is no
We're in-
woods here.
We're in the middle of a palace.
I could have just gone tromping through the palace, you never know.
All right. Well, so we're in a Minoan palace. What do we see other than columns? Because I'm sure we see columns.
Yeah, many columns, many steps and columns. In fact, it is
Is it most tranquil?
it is most tranquil, and there is a dude who is sitting in front of what looks like a bowl, like where you do like a baptism in a Catholic church, but it's full of sand, and he's holding it up and he's saying, you know, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Dude.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I go up to this person and I say, "Hey, have you happened to see an owlbear pass through here? Not 10 minutes past."
No, that would be most disturbing. No, we are here studying the philosophical nature of reality, but while nature is occasionally part of our discussions, we have not seen that particular aspect of it. I don't believe there are any owlbears upon this entire island, in fact.
All right, that's about the way our luck is going today. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Come back this evening. I will be giving a lecture on the current state of existentialism.
How interesting.
Sounds like a good
Oh,
thing to
what's the
miss.
point?
All right. All right. Anyway, so kind of let's wander through the palace and see if we see anything.
All right, you go wandering around and you see there's a buffet and there's some gaming tables. There's several pools where people are weighted in up to their like midsections. You see a faun playing his pan flute, and it's just kind of a, just a kind of chill environment.
Okay. Interesting that this is one of the destinations.
Castros, you're on a mountain,
Dope.
just so you know.
Good to know.
Yeah. So you're chilling out, you're having fun in nature.
It's like a great time. I
Yeah.
wish Jeremy was here.
Yeah.
Then we could make fun of the stupid animals together.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Maybe I could have some fun with Margaret if she were here too.
No. Maybe someday.
Someday.
When she's born, in the future.
Now you made it weird.
So you guys continue, the rest of the party continues to wander around, and you see there are multiple palatial estates as you kind of go out the back. They spread out. There's like 3 major ones, one in each direction, and they go down to kind of different vices, it looks like. So this is really the place where people like to, really get loose.
Okay. Got it. I don't know. What do you guys think we should do? Should we explore the island? I mean, I don't really get the feeling that the wizard's here, the vizier, and I don't get the feeling that Castros was here. So I guess my thought would be for us to try the next place on the list to see if we can find either. What do
Works
you
for me.
think, Alpha or Ray?
Don't have much direction, so
I
I seem
also
to be
think
the
air.
best direction.
And which direction would that be? Explore the island or use the portal and go to the next place down the line?
Attempting to find our missing companion.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, let's go back to the teleportation circle and let's see. Yes, let's try North Point.
Right on. You start to meditate, and I'm assuming you're doing it that way. Everyone sits around and meditates. All right,
Yeah.
awesome. As that is happening, let's go back to Castros. Castros, I need you to give me a. Let's do a dex save in your owlbear form.
Yep. So yeah, for wild shape, all stats are of the new creature except for wisdom and intelligence, which are the same as your normal.
Okay.
I got an 11.
All right. You hit a location with your foot that collapses inward, and you take a tumble. You are confused because this all seemed like such solid ground as you begin to roll, and you go down to a point where you land, and you're a little bruised up. You mostly got the wind knocked out of you, but you're face to face with a carving etched into stone, and it's making up you can tell from where you're at, an arch that's been buried by a landslide, and the carving is that of a moth. Or at least it looks like one.
Mothra!
So.
Alright. You guys arrive in North Point. And it's, at this point in time, not the place that you would have recognized it to be in the future. It's a really tiny, just barely landing of a place. Almost nothing to it. It's just like a dock with an inn and a couple of things. There's not much here. You can basically survey the entire town from where you stand.
Okay, I look around and see if I can see somebody working next close to us.
There's an older gentleman standing over a book on the dock.
Okay, I'll go over and talk to him and say, say there, mister, have you happened to see an owlbear pop into existence here within the last half
What?
hour or so?
What? An owlbear? No owlbear up here. We're far too not this island. No. I don't even imagine they'd bring one for the circus.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. All right, I
Oh,
walk back to my.
He gives you an eye, kind of a squint.
Right.
Chews on his pipe.
Yep. I'm seeing him right now. Kind of looks a little bit like the old captain from Simpsons.
Arr, he does.
All right, I walk back to my companions and go, no, it doesn't look like Castros has been here either. Let us try the next one on our list.
Okay, where you looking at?
I guess let's try mining town and futures. That's not person. I guess let's try Dire Spear.
All right. You sit down and start to meditate. As you do that, we switch to Castros. Castros, the dust clears and you write yourself. You can tell that this carbine is old, and you can also tell that it has been cleaned recently. There is evidence of excavation around the footings of the arch. Someone has been here digging, in the past. And as you turn and look up where you rolled down, seeing how difficult it would be to climb out, you realize that it would actually be quite easy, and that the thing you stepped on to fall in, it was a rock held in by some wooden, like, twigs and branches, obviously meant to conceal this location.
Hmm. Interesting. The plot's thickens like gravy.
So everyone else, you appear in almost a desolate landscape. You are on a mountainside. It is rocky, and you see kind of, as you look around, an open crag up the hill from you with some dust coming out.
Ah, perfect. Let us climb on up and see what's causing that dust.
Awesome. You begin to climb, and after just a few minutes, you look down and you see an owlbear looking back up at you.
Ah. Dane goes, Casseros. Well, actually, are you Casseros? Did you like nod when you did that, or
I don't know, maybe I want to mess with you.
you do realize that the last time Dane came upon something that he was a little unsure of, he cast Fireball.
Yeah, you're right. Fine. I give some kind of indication that's Casper's.
Okay.
You wave at him like one of the Coca-Cola bears.
Say what?
You wave at like a Coca-Cola bear. Just like, hi.
Yeah. What? There you go. Yes. Anything to keep Dane the murder hobo from casting some kind of a fire spell.
Nice.
All right. So is Casseros able to kind of climb out? Or...
Oh yeah, easily.
All right.
Don't even have to use climb speed. You can just walk right out.
But you'd think I think they'd want to see that, so I'll kind of direct them with my head to come down.
So you can just kind of motion us down?
Yeah.
All right. So we slide on down into the hole.
Nice. All right. Well, you go to the bottom and you find what I described. You find the arch in partial excavation with the mark of the big moth on it.
Okay. Dane studies that and kind of scratches his beard and goes, this looks kind of familiar. Didn't we come up against this thing a while back, and is this the first time that Alpha chucked a baby at it?
Yes, indeed. It was a good product test.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yes, it looks like someone has been here. This looks like the resting place of an old one. All right. I'm the plot thickens. Come on, Castros. Let's go try and find the Vizier.
I'll kind of give a little sniff around the site first before they move on.
Okay. What are you sniffing for?
Just kind of like a smell or any indication as to what the person who was here smells like. You never know. Maybe that will come in handy.
It smells like a man.
Helpful.
I don't know.
Alright.
Okay. All right, no Vizier here either. How recent does that disturbance look? Of the top of the arch being cleaned off.
It's oh, well, you have like stone proficiency and stuff, so you can tell like, oh, that's been worked within the last couple weeks.
Got it. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure that, it wasn't like within the last half an hour, like someone just finished sponging the lintel or something and it's still wet.
No, it definitely had been covered away for a little while.
Okay. How deep is this hole that we're standing in?
Oh, it's probably like a little incline, a soft one, just enough to roll down. So, but maybe let's call it like 30 feet.
Okay. Does it look like there's like piles of dirt, just waste from someone digging a hole 30 feet deep?
Yes, down the mountain more. Looks like they had like wheelbarrowed it out and then kind of tossed it over the edge.
Got it. Okay. All right. Is this like on the top of the mountain, or is there like some, uh, is there like another ridge line that kind of goes further up? Is there like rocks and dirt and stuff that are
Oh yeah,
kind of
there's
below where
lots.
we're standing?
There's a whole mountain range above you.
Okay. All right. So Dane is going to. Well, so Dane's gonna think about this for a second. He's gonna talk to the party. He's like, I think it's a really. This looks like the resting place of an old one. I think it's a really bad idea to let this stay uncovered, where just anybody can come along and dig down further. So I think it'd be good if we kind of covered this back up. Alpha, can you follow me on up? And so Dane kind of walks on up a little ways and kind of looks around, especially with his, stone knowledge. And he's like, so tell you what, Alpha, why don't you put a baby right here in this crack of the stone where these boulders are, and we'll see if we can't start a landslide to kind of cover this hole back up.
An excellent idea. But if the individual knows of this space, do you think they may not be able to excavate it?
They will, but they'll have to start all over again. It's going to slow them down.
A good observation. Alpha plants the baby as instructed.
All right, and then Dane's like, "All right, let's go! Run, run, run!" So kind of down the hill.
Imagining the scene now, we running away as the explosion occurs behind us. An owlbear, an elf ranger, a dwarf fighter, and a warforged just sprinting away from this big old explosion.
Yep.
Slow motion.
Oh my god. All right. Well, so first off, Dane, give me roll 2d20 and give me the higher number.
Okay. I have a 16 and a 14. So 16.
Okay. 16, and then Alpha, give me the damage of your baby.
Gosh, what was that? 3d8? I think we said.
I can look. Baby bombs. Here's the thing. 5d6.
5d6. 6. 15.
15. Okay.
Wait, sorry. That was,
So-
it was 3d6. 23.
5d6. Yeah. 23. Okay, good. So yeah, the baby goes off and the explosion, it's a fireball. It kind of blows up stuff apart. Thankfully there's nothing really flammable because it's dirt and rock, but it rolls exactly like Dane predicted and just completely fills in the hole, filling it full of rubble. A bunch of little pieces come like down past you as you feel like you're far enough away, but there's just enough of a ripple effect to send little rocks skipping past your feet.
Fantastic. That's awesome. All right. Good to have you back, Castros. We're off to find the wizard. because I think we need a nice long conversation with him.
Yeah, so well.
Yep. I'm just. I have the suspicions about him. So anyway, all right. Well, let's go meditate and try the next piece of the next thing on our list. How about Shell Spear?
Sure. You do your meditation, you pop over there, and you find yourself on another, port city. You see that it's not particularly extremely developed. It's more of a fishing village at this point. And I mean, what do you want to do?
All right. So are there people around?
Yes, there are many people around, mostly fishermen.
Okay. Well, I stroll on up to the nearest one, and I'm like, "Hey, uh, we're looking for, the fancy pants wizard guy. Uh, acts like he's a big deal, like he's a big shot from the capital. Have you seen him around here recently?"
Note, he may be wearing normal pants, and not
Okay.
necessarily the fancy variety.
He's like, well, we're just a bunch of fishermen here. I haven't seen no wizards, no fancy pansies. Probably no fancy people in regular pansies either.
Well, you know it if you saw this guy. He acts like his poo don't stink, but everyone else's does.
Oh, yeah, you land people like stuff like that. We say the fish rots from the head down.
Okay. You bet.
Would you like some lutefisk?
No, I think we're good with that, but thank you.
Okay, finest in the continent.
I'm sure it is. I don't know, Ray, Castros, do either of you want lutefisk?
I don't particularly care.
Depends. Am I still an owlbear?
Yes, you are. You might be feeling peckish.
I put my nose up on the counter and look over at Dane with like puppy dog eyes, like, "Rawr."
Be bear eyes.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Yes, we will
Ew.
take some of your lutefisk.
oh. All right. Keep your pet down. We got health laws, you know. Just because we're a fishing village doesn't mean we're unsanitary.
He's a very well-behaved owlbear. All right, well, I flip him a silver coin and I get some lutefisk.
All right, you got it. You can smell the lie.
I give it to Castros. Here you go.
Castros, make a Constitution check.
Oh yay! I get an owlbear constitution of +3. 18.
You chomp it down and you feel a little rumble, but you're good. You're like, all right. I mean, you can live off of it, but it tastes like dung. You just kind of move on.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. Well, I guess the next area. Hmm. You know what? Actually, let's go back to that town and and see if we can rest. Because I mean, probably need to take a long rest, and that sounds like a pretty safe place to do it.
Okay. So, all right, you go back there. I'll just say you do that. And you go up to the front desk and they get you a room and you guys check in. There. Would you like the standard suite, the local lordship suite, or the emperor suite?
The standard suite is fine, thank you.
Okay. And that's one for all of you guys, or do you want one each?
I think one each. Some of my companions aren't all that big on sharing.
All right, then.
Do not mind sharing.
That'll be...
All right, well,
All right, you're going to share with Alpha?
Yeah, Dane will share with Alpha.
Says, okay, well, 3 gold pieces, please.
Fall asleep with just Alpha staring over you.
That's fine. Dane's not going to care. I mean, he's done it plenty of times when we're out camping, so it's all good. All right, well, I hand him 3 gold pieces. Grumbling a little bit at the cost.
Here are your keys. Down the hall to your left.
All right, fantastic.
Feel free to use all of our facilities.
Is there a drink bar in each suite?
Oh yes, there is we call it, it's a new invention. We call it the mini bar. It's like a bar, but it's small.
Perfect. All right. Excellent. So we head on down, and I hand keys to Ray and Castros and go into my room. And what does it look like?
It's quite nice, actually. It's much nicer than any tavern you've ever been in. I mean, to you, the bed would be fit for a king. It's the most plush thing you've ever seen. It's got like memory down on the top. A nice like linen, an actual linen sheet. Something you've never really seen before. There's draperies, like actual linen draperies over the windows. There's even a screen, like a tight silk screen that's been pulled over the window to let light in but keep bugs out.
We're still at the Ritz.
Do not understand, Dane.
Dane.
If we are simply using this facility to rest and recuperate, why does it have to be so lavish? This seems like a waste of resources. Can't a small box be just as adequate?
Well, it's about the quality of the experience as much as anything else. There.
How much
Alpha?
do you experience while
And
unconscious?
it's before your. Well, it's the quality of your unconsciousness. Us living mortal beings, where we sleep and what we sleep on actually makes a difference.
Curious. Sounds highly inefficient.
Yeah. Welcome to organic life.
Indeed.
And so saying, Dane heads straight to the minibar and checks it out.
All right. You find basically like little ceramic bottles that say things like Dwarven Ale, Elvish Brandy, I don't know, some of the Gnomely Berry Mash. Just like a bunch of little options from around the world.
Perfect. All right, so Dane grabs an elven brandy and a dwarven ale and heads back out and knocks on Ray's door.
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you open the door, or do you just?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't open the door. I just call it from behind the door.
Naturally enough. Okay. I've got some brandy with your name on it. Can I come in?
Ray opens the door, takes the brandy from him, and slams the door in the face. Thanks for the housewarming gift. He can
Wow.
hear me like cut off the top and just glug glug glug.
Awesome.
I mean, what did you expect? It's Ray.
Yeah, I don't know. All the experiences we've been together, I expected a little bit more, just a slight bit more courtesy, but
Ray's always been cold.
all right. So much for me trying
Ray's
to.
task force kind of runs hot and cold depending on the time.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you're
yeah.
also not a big drinker, so I guess.
Look, the best you can do with making friends with Ray is getting her alcohol. You did that. Yes, you're golden.
All right.
You just don't show it.
Yeah.
She
All right.
appreciates the alcohol, but she ain't gonna want to talk to you.
All right. Dane goes back to his room and says to Alpha, "Well, it looks like I'm drinking alone tonight."
I mean, if you got apple juice, you could come over to Castro's.
I can join you if you require
Yeah.
company.
Well, I mean, I don't think you were really into drinking alcohol, Alpha, but sure. You can talk and I'll drink and I'll listen to you talk.
This is also acceptable for me.
Oh God.
I guess you're gonna say like the whole time Dane's sitting there drinking, Alpha just goes on about the scriptures of Gond and the great plans that how we can start seeding Gondoria in this time.
so while Alpha starts talking like this, Dane downs his bottle of Dwarven Ale. Within 10 minutes, he's asleep.
Nice.
Alpha put him right to sleep. That's awesome.
Very good. Alpha, really quick, roll me a perception check.
I don't have good perception. 7.
I know. You do not notice that Dane fell asleep and you
That
keep
makes sense.
talking. Awesome.
That's great.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderfully relaxing night. You have the best sleep you have ever had.
It's all about the experience of unconsciousness.
You're welcome.
So we wake up the next morning and trundle on out. Okay. Well, I guess our next thought is going to Linnigan.
Okay.
So we'll go back to our teleportation circle and meditate. And Castros is Castros now, so
Yep.
and meditate.
No more.
All right. So you guys do that and you pop up in Linnigan, and at first you realize you're inside of a building. So you look around and there's like shutters, they're closed, and there's a door that's latched from the inside where you're at against the far wall. The furnishings in this building are pretty sparse, but there does appear to be kind of a wardrobe with several cloaks hanging in it.
I take a cloak.
Sure.
Dane looks at the cloaks.
They are finely done. They look like they came from a definite professional artisan.
Wait, is this like... Is there like a picture in this place of like maybe a resident?
No, there's no paintings here. There's just these robes which appear to be kind of large, almost bulbous in, size. Like they have shoulder pads and stuff in them.
Okay, sounds good. So we unlatch the door and kind of peek through it.
Sure. As you peek through, you see several orcs passing back and forth on the streets in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. How many?
Oh, from where you're at, you can only see like, let's say at first you see 3, and you kind of like open the door a little more and look a little further around another corner, and you can see there's another like 8 down there.
Okay. Well, Dane decides to open the door and steps out and kind of heads towards the group of 8.
Okay. Did everyone else just kind of stand, or are you following Dane?
Ray will follow Dane.
Following stealthily.
All right. All right, Alpha, roll your stealth.
Oh, that'd be 17.
You're doing pretty good. You know, there's no one really looking for you, so you're fine. But generally speaking,
It's normally more stealthy than that.
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it doesn't really matter. No one's really looking for you. But all right, so Jane, you head over to a group of like 8 orcs, and they all just kind of.
Well, Dane speaks Orcish.
Oh, that's right, you do. And so they're like, what the hell is a dwarf doing here?
And Dane's like, I am looking for a human wizard.
Oh, no human, smash human. Fact, smash elf behind you too. No like elf.
Ooh, wait. I was gonna say before I came out that I was gonna alter self to look like an ogre or an orc. I meant.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we can retcon that. That's fine.
Okay.
How good of a job do you do, though?
I don't know if there's a role for it. It just says that I can cast the alter self spell at will.
Oh, well then yeah, you're fine. You alter yourself to look like an orc. So he just sees the dwarf and he's like, oh, what are you dwarves doing around here? Doing that thing.
Yeah, again, just looking for this fancy pants human wizard. I have reason to believe he might have come through here.
Me smash human. No human here, dwarf. And then the other one chimes in. Yeah, smash human. Smash dwarf.
Well, I mean, yeah, you definitely could try. I wouldn't recommend it.
So their intelligence modifier is -2. They're not an intelligent group. So just to let you know that, yeah, it's basically a packlet, if you would. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm like, let's see here. So Dane's gonna explain it to this. Yeah, to them this way. You try to smash me, I make big boom, blow you up.
oh, magic dwarf not afraid because he magic dwarf. Oh, no like you magic dwarf. Go away. Go away.
Gladly. All right. So Dane turns around and leaves.
But one of the group of 8 kind of raises an eyebrow, looking at the glimmered ray, and is just like,
Wait, no,
No, you
it's
flip-
Castros.
Glimmered
The
Castro.
Castros, sorry, the glimmered Castros is just like, go fight.
Oh, I can't speak Orcish. I just give a grunt and shake my head.
Just follow Dane, alright. And then you see him kind of hunched down, like, want fight.
I stick my tongue out at him as I leave.
Just for fun, let me see. Oh, he does not notice. All right, so I guess you walk away from that group. No one seems to care that you're a dwarf here. They're just like, whatever. Everyone's kind of doing their thing. But you do notice it is all orcs. There's no other, like, species.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll go back inside. And Dane turns to the group and goes, really don't want to do this. I have really kind of bad memories of this place, but I think we need to go down to, take the portal to underneath the capital city where the main old one is resting and see if anyone's been messing around with that place. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah.
Perhaps we can blow that place up as well.
I'm afraid if we blow that place up, we'll actually release that old one, and I really don't want to do that.
Fair assessment. But it would be entertaining.
It would.
Yeah, for about 30 seconds. And then we would
But
be
perhaps
dead.
we can collapse this entire city above, and then we can allow them to rebuild in a little more structurally sound way.
We'll keep that in mind, Alpha. That might be a good idea.
Anarchy. I vote for anarchy.
All right.
Overthrow the government.
So,
Rule the old ones for ourselves. Become the new boss.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Plot twist.
All right,
We
so should
actually
go
are the
underneath
old
the
ones.
city.
Dun.
Wow.
Plot twist, Ray is the boss.
Yeah, I don't really think Ray has an incredible gift for layered strategy.
Castros is the boss. Dun-dun.
You're definitely chaotic enough.
You thought that Castros was a druid. Really, he's a warlock for the god of misdirection, who's been pulling the wool over your eyes this whole
Classic
time.
misdirection.
Very well.
Jeez.
Misdirection. You all got misdirected. Haha.
All right.
Right,
Anyway,
before he summons the avatars Siegfried and Roy, let's. You use the portal, and you pop down to the darkened cavern. You are standing beneath those frozen stoned tentacles of the old one that you first set eyes upon so long ago. And if you don't remember it clearly, let me just remind you that when you were in the future, there was that big spear in the middle that you had set the baby on.
yes.
So that is here, but it's not a finished sphere. It looks like it's midway through being carved, and it looks like it's still wet, like someone had just been working on it right before you arrived.
Okay.
I mean, if we wanted to be really vigilant about this, we'd put guards. And by that I mean, like, we'd pick a spot and sit there and guard and wait for somebody to come by. If we were gonna be smart about this.
That's a mighty big if.
Yeah. I mean, no, what you're saying has merit. Let's do some investigating first and see if we can, find or hear whoever was here just a minute ago.
Hmm,
Because they might still be here.
maybe.
We might have just missed them, so Dane's gonna do a little bit of investigation.
All right.
12.
You look around and you're like, nope, we definitely just missed him.
Well, cats are snat one. And I mean, I nat one the first time and rolled because I was by my companions, and then rolled another nat one.
I was getting in on the action. I got a 17.
Yeah, but hold on. We got to do something with the double nat one on you trying to investigate.
Actually wipe away any evidence.
Actually, yeah. So you were looking around and you are like, no, they couldn't have just been here. Look, and you like go to and you wipe up some of the water and make it disappear. Like, look, see, look how fast this disappears. It's gone, and you like. You're cleaning stuff up, and you just basically wipe out any evidence that could be there for having to let anyone else know how long it had been since someone was there.
Sounds
Yay.
about right. The way we've been rolling today.
We've done worse.
All right, so then Alpha, your 17
No.
is just like, I don't know. I think Dane was right. There is no evidence of anyone having been here recently.
May have been, but there is not.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I think Dane was going to try and do an arc check. Stone.
Okay.
Stinking kidding me.
Oh god.
13.
You have that same kind of general magical feeling that you had before, that this whole room has like kind of an aura of magic about it, but that thing that's being carved is particularly strong. And you can even tell that the carved side is stronger than the uncarved side.
Okay.
Hmm.
So did we try to chip that stone away before?
No, you set the baby on it, and Castros, or no, sorry, Ray nat 20'd an arrow shot off of it and broke it in the future.
That's what I thought. Okay. Which is kind of what gave us this whole time shift.
Yep.
So potentially this is also a way back to the future.
Yeah.
Potentially. 'Cause, 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 'c I'm just trying to think. Alpha, do you have another baby available?
I think it's been, well, maybe since we did a long rest. You might have had time to build another one. You did stay at that inn. So,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you could have had enough time to do that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how long it took him to build another baby.
Well, he can like build one basically overnight. He's proficient at it, but I mean, it does, it's an anti-personnel weapon. It's not meant to be, we let it be used for a couple other things just for fun, but it is an anti-personnel weapon and it does cost him a key point to even make it.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind.
it is an explosive, but it's like
I
a
was just thinking,
frag grenade versus a stick of dynamite.
Yes.
that makes sense. All right.
Do we want to try to destroy it? Or do you think that would just make things worse?
I don't know. I mean, so one side of the stone looks like it's being worked, right? And the other side still looks natural.
Yes.
The side that's being worked, what exactly are they just shaping it? Or are they carving glyphs or
No, it looks perfectly round, like a bowling ball.
okay.
Like they're smoothing it off, turning it into a perfect sphere.
Got it.
That'd be interesting. What would happen if we did destroy it, or if... Because if we destroy it, would that mean that it would never be made, and therefore we never would have been brought to the past? We cause a paradox.
I don't know that we can destroy it, honestly.
I mean, if I turn to an earth elemental, I have proficiency on attacks against, like, objects.
Yeah.
But, or if we do that, it could mess things up even worse, and there's no way for us to go back.
So I think Dane's gonna try this. He has stone tools. The perfectly smoothed worked side, he's gonna try and carve something into it.
Dane was here.
Just about, yeah, but not quite.
All right. So,
Who
all right,
cubes
carve
rules,
like a dwarvish curse
circles
or
or
something.
spheres or drool or something like that.
Spheres drool.
No, actually, he's going to carve kind of a line with someone like peering over it. So it looks like someone's peering over a wall with, his nose hanging down over the wall and a couple of fingers hanging over the wall. And
oh, yeah, little peeping Tom.
yeah, and then he's going to carve nice and deep, Roy was here.
Right on.
Oh, you probably don't have anti-magic, do you? Anti-magic circle.
No,
No.
I don't. I was thinking if I could come up with some kind of an anti-magic glyph.
Well, because like that's
something
basically
like
what
that, but I
doing
don't think-
anti-magic ward or circle is you have to like carve in runes and stuff all around.
Yeah, if he knew how to do that, that's what I would want to do. But I think he's just doing this to, maybe set a trap. Maybe whoever's working the stone will sense it and come down to investigate who's messing with their stuff.
Okay. So, all right, you carve this in, and we'll say you're successful. Then, if you're expecting someone, what do you do?
I think we should all try to hide and
Okay.
wait for someone to come down.
Awesome.
Dane will try and camouflage himself with some random rubble in some corner of the cave. Imagine Alpha can just stand still as a statue. I don't know what Ray and Castros are going to do.
Is Ray near any, like, mud, dirt, whatever?
There you can find some in there.
Alrighty,
sure.
Ray's gonna use hide in plain sight then.
All right, so Ray hides in plain sight. I'm just gonna here. Let me do a little layout for us as we're doing this. All right, so Ray, you're hiding in plain sight. Dane, you're hiding up against a wall or something.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of halfway bury myself.
You're halfway burying yourself. And Castros, what are you doing?
You know what? I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Well, okay. Is the stone, like... or something? This... Is the stone that, like, we're standing on, unworked or non-magical?
Yes, it is. Well, it's magical, but it's unworked.
Okay, so it's magical, I can't do that then.
Can't do what?
Earth elementals can earth glide, but it has to be non-magical, unworked earth and stone.
Ah, gotcha. So this is a special case where it's magical, but you could earth glide it.
Okay. You know what, though? I'm actually gonna take out my, take off my devil mask from last episode, put it on, and stand my ground.
Okay. You're gonna stand there next to the sphere?
Sure. If anything, that lets you guys do a sneak attack while they're focused on me.
I dig this. All right. You put the devil mask on, and you immediately put your head down. You read what Dane carved. You chuckle in a and then you put your hands on the sphere and you say, "Yes, it is the time." And we stop there. Cliffhanger.
It is the
for
time
next
to stop?
episode. Yes, it is the time to stop. I like this. This is perfect.
Yep.
All right. Interesting.
We will see what happens next episode on Azentuary.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I think it's going to be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I just need to, I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna have to make myself a dice where it's just, all, you know, a 20-sided die, but the numbers are 10 to 20, and that's it. So the worst I can roll is at 10.
Yeah, but then there has to be a caveat, like
There you go.
a nat 10 is a failure, critical failure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing my luck, that's probably what I would end up doing.
Our friend listens to the podcast. He's trying to catch up with it right now, but he's like writing down all of the lore for it. And I'm like, you really don't need to do that. He's like, but I want to. I'm like,
He was actually the friend that was over for a little bit because his dad was late picking it up, so he was literally just sitting on the couch trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay. Nice. Well, I've done the best as I could to keep all the lore straight. I think we have it mostly, linear. There's only one, as far as I know, there's only one mistake in the chronology. Well, no, two. There are two chronological mistakes in the whole thing. One was an item that you guys picked up, and I forgot you picked up, so we picked it up again. And the other was a crack I made about visiting the Braun in his forge, but it was long before he was born.
Right.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it'll give our listeners something to, you got this part wrong here. This doesn't exactly match up.
well, I'm just saying, as far as your friend with the lore, if he wants to put together a wiki or something.
I don't think he's going to go that deep into it, but it would be kind
That'd
of
be really
funny
cool.
if he did say something, right?
Yeah, he just asked me. He's like, "How do you spell all of your characters' names?" I'm like, "I spelled them for him." He's like, "Okay, thanks."
Nice.
So how
Well-
far into it is he?
Not sure. I just know he hasn't caught up, but he's probably not too far in it because there's a lot of episodes.
Yes, there are.
Yeah. My friend finally caught up, the one up in Portland. He sent me a message. He's like, I did it. I finally caught up.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're hopefully getting close to something. I mean, it depends on how all this turns out.
Yep. Chance, that fickle bitch.
Vanity.
But I think it's been going pretty well. I mean, you guys pretty easily dealt with the blink creatures at the beginning. You made it through. You learned that how the wizard has been jumping around, where he's going, all the stuff. I mean, this was a great episode.
Good. I kind of like that whole methodically. I had a feeling it was probably gonna, be under the palace, but I'm like, let's try these other places first. But I think that did a good job of kind of setting the tone, kind of laying down, what you want to call it, the setting the stage. There we are, setting the stage.
Perfect. Yes, I like that. And then I just got to find the thing, whatever I did with it, the write up for that devil mask, so you have all the right buffs that go with it.
Okay, cool.
Because that's the whole point of the devil masks, is it's not just like the fear aura, it actually gives you buffs for wearing it.
I think we'll probably need it.
Energy bow, dirt vial, 2 dude. You guys have a bunch of crap. Holy my god.
Yeah, I've got a ring of unknown origin, and still in my pocket. And well, I mean, we lost a lot of stuff too. Last time we faced the boss, I mean, we had a whole bunch of stuff, and we ended up losing most of it. Yeah, well, yeah, we gave up Kashak a long time ago. It was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Kashak is long gone, but there's that one death mask you just put on. I have the old write-ups for the Simeon one, the Aarakocra one.
I think we lost the Simeon one because that was on the.
You did.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, there's that grimoire that you guys had, the energy bow. Jeez.
Well, didn't
Oh,
we
there's
give
that.
up? What did we give up? We gave up the Patriot arrows. free to get
Yes,
her.
you did. Sorry, I'm distracted.
No, that's fine.
yeah.
You're looking at all the stuff we've accumulated over our adventure here, and what we still have and what we don't. I have no idea. I've lost track of a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
I've
had
got all sorts of stuff. I've got right up here. Even I've got stuff for the merfolk, for Margaret, for the quiver with all the arrows. Ray's reading bow.
We don't have because we gave it to the
The
orc.
orcs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even have the original picture for the boss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This has been an Azentuary LLC production. Find us online at azentuary.com for our character bios, merchandise, Patreon, and more. Thank you for listening.